back last time, it was 13-7 in Navi on both maps.
Right, let's see what we got. Liquid on defense, Navi on attack. We got five ghosts and one frenzy. And frenzies normally come out on top. Stun for stun, A control. Where's the sound bars? Let me check. Like this sounds pretty good. I can probably turn up a bit.
Slow start, but expected when it comes to this map.
I want to see what they've got as well. They've gone into a map selection.
Okay, so slow start from Navi. All of their pistols recently been a little bit slow in terms of just waiting for some kind of map control.
So there must be something that Liquid have come in and are looking to counter.
Contact into Flash, and honestly, they could go back to the same setup potentially. Oh boy, 3 people here. Someone's gonna shoot that. That wasn't him. Oh, Utah dump is nice, man.
Looking pretty good for them at this stage, but there's the Xiao show. Always in the
Nicely done for Xiao. Makes this one winnable. I'm not sure he should be getting away with that. 21 HP for Artist. Omen Flash for Mystic.
Artist down to 21 HP and Xiao on 86. The utility from Liquid earlier managed to give them an upper hand, but now it's all about the gunfights. In fact, the paranoia.
Yeah, and the Omen Flash was really, really good on this. Okay, nicely done for Mystic. We'll keep an eye on the pistol. I went for Mystic and Liquid and went for Listic. Okay, 1-0.
I woke up today, Tom. I thought about phoning in sick just to give Enzo the upper hand.
The thing is, I'm now questioning our foot
Wistic.
second round team in the world, or are Liquid the worst second round team in the world? Because that's what I'm waiting to see in this one, because that was the thing they struggled with versus Foot. They really had problems when it came to losing to classics and silly things.
Okay, so Angel, dude, Xiao drops Angel.
In round number 2,
Angel says, "Oi, give me this gun. You're having no money for the next rounds."
Xiao is not that much of a support player.
Oh, that's nice though. That's a good start. But they find out. I'm not saying free information, but they get information about it. Well, they get information about that one as well.
But it is still a gun that I am petrified of. Angel goes for light shields alongside the Outlaw. Still going to be vulnerable to getting hit by Kiko's Outlaw. And so I imagine
funnily enough, so is Kiko, who also has light shields.
Oh, that's true. And the benefit of this round is
another tag, and look at these HPs at the moment. They're getting chipped down heavy.
But any 3 of the other players, excluding Nats, would have went down to that initial shot. Good trade out as the spike is now down, but the sight control has been given up.
As I say, we're going to see some swings on this one. Not too bad. One gun goes down. So, okay, let's keep an eye on what happens. So does
it didn't happen too often, but clearly something.
The Xiao drop Angel a judge or something?
Themselves a second Outlaw as well. So this is definitely going to have a little bit of bite towards it. It seems like, okay, Angel has actually returned the favor.
Game sounds, that should be a bit better.
Going into this round, so you're not going to see Xiao without a gun, and Angel's just going to be playing with the pistol.
Did I take out TM Beats to his viewership though? What's he done? Is it UK internet again?
Means that he might actually warrant the reason of running in first, as we see.
Right, everyone's having issues, man. Didn't FNS have something similar the other day?
Mighty as well. Entering with the Sheriff. I'd love to see from Angel. He's just using his utility early on to clear up a lot of this control. And I think for Liquid, this is a round where they have a lot to work with those 2 Outlaws in terms of chip damage. But it's still hard to follow up on those kills in the initial.
It's nice though. Set up over towards A.
Right
Angel ended up taking the hit. Drops his teammate a gun after this. We go really slow, and Navi just on the bonus, expecting some kind of push. And it looks like Zagetsu is also expecting this angle.
And he's got himself into a solid position.
Yeah, lovely. 10 HP, that's a heavy armor diff.
A nasty tag in a round like this, that could definitely make the difference.
Time goes down to 40, and Liquid just go for a gamble stack over towards here. They got camera trip and 3 people. It's a good pivot. And Enzo needs to make sure he has some good util. Yeah, and just opening the door and showing a bit of pressure, pulls 2 rotates from C over towards B.
They're quickly back in play.
Yeah, Omen Flash, and they can just kill this guy.
for a little bit later now finds its value with Angel going down to utility. But
Have a tag on this one. We've got some low HPs. Very doable. 11, 10, 82 with 10 seconds left. And all the people that did damage are dead, so they can let him know about the
3 players
HPs.
Low HP now on all of them. Artist down to 67.
One of the better running guns.
Just a Spectre
running
for Nats.
guns.
It could work out. The nano from afar. He knows it's there. He knows he has to destroy it. Instead, he's looking for the kill. It's a little greedy.
Not a good plan.
To try to thin out their numbers.
Oh my god, that's scary now.
Assume there's something else coming. Artist has some utility. Can follow up on the trap.
No bullets.
Look like damage might be the name
He's
of
just
the
going to
game
spam the
again.
left box.
Using
Ooh, okay. I tell you what, Navi handled this pretty well. It went into a little bit of a weird situation, and it was kind of scary with their low HPs. We got 3 armor rebuys, 2 gun rebuys.
Very thin margin of success with about 100 HP between the 3 of them.
Yeah, they definitely got a little bit too close for comfort. I think even one of those jewels goes back in the other direction, and it's very easily could have been around for Liquid.
He should have tried to stop the plant. Nah, again, like 1vx situations. Like if you're ever thinking, unless it's like unless it's a really bad play in the 1vx, it's just like it's not worth talking about, because against some teams that would have worked and he would have won the rounds. Against other teams, not so much. But it's all hindsight for 1vx situations majority of the time. Nicely done from this as well, and it was weird because they like ate the Omen. Jesus. I was going to say they ate the Omen flash and then still got wrecked because no one followed it up. But Yampy has solo saved them and maybe made this one doable. And in terms of this, 2 people that can't buy and everyone that can't buy next. So this is a massive 1v1.
And of course, a movable door behind him that gives him a little bit of security. It's a tough clutch for Nats, but he got here early enough to see that there was no cross back to middle, so he's focused in.
Damn, really sick from Yampy to make that doable. Nicely done from Nats to get this as well. And that is an absolute savior play. It really is. Money's still going to be low though, right? 3,000 on top of all of this. So you could see an Outlaw get bought on attack. Yeah, peaked just before the Omen flash. It's a little bit unlucky. Japan did great. Dude, these comps are so weird. So weird.
And if they can come online, that's probably one of the ways that they can beat Navi. I think the other way is if Navi trolls, but we won't go into that because that hasn't happened just yet.
And especially with those, like that 3rd round for me tells me Navi you're not coming in with
only 2 light armors. Okay, so they actually are a little bit scared of it, right? So I think they think that this is coming out as well, because we get their own Outlaw and then we have a Bulldog to make sure that we can, light armor. This is a bit interesting.
They don't really have the opportunity
the Yampy as well, just going for a Spectre.
It's not just the shield situation in which everybody's one hit.
Pansy, hello. Casting today? No cast today? What's going on? I enjoyed the cast yesterday, I'm not gonna lie. The cast yesterday was very fun.
Kind of brought down quite far though. Angel left on 900 credits. Zipan not with a mass amount left either. Like they're almost playing a bit of a gamble that maybe some of their utility will be gone, or that they can pad the gap a little bit with ults. Angel just looking for a fight, and well, he found one.
Yeah, the IGL of Team Liquid dropping.
Whoa. What the hell am I watching?
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh my god. Thank god that missed, because that would have been a potential double kill. Mystic did realize that it was too much and TP's away. And yeah, this is a fumble from Liquid. Why I think the ult was okay, but then everyone swung with util. And it's like, what? What's going on? And in terms of Navi's ult economy, it is very close to being outrageously strong.
Zipan lands that bullet nicely.
Big jewel in B. Nicely done from Artist. Yeah, and that pulls the crosshair over towards here. And Nats is in another 1v3. Nicely done from Navi. Liquid messed this one up.
Another round on the board for Navi. This one a little cleaner, and ults very much coming online for both squads.
Yeah, the focus there has to be on Artist's utility. That was just fantastic. Like, obviously Zipan hitting a couple of shots, but it's once they're forced into the corner, there's a stun and an aftershock. 2 players stuck. I think Mystic is able to TP out, but it just leaves Enzo screwed. And then they're just able to play off of the advantage that they already have. Navi bring things back in and around. As said, they had 2 rifles. What was it? Pistols.
Oh man, and it forces them down to eco. That's a costly round that they'll have to look back at. And it's very costly in terms of just the econ. And when you look at this, right? Like Navi could just snowball all of this right now.
lot of damage done
Their
early, but no
ults
kills
are
to
so
follow
strong.
through on.
Look at the
Navi
ults on
have
this team.
a lot of the
Raze
map
ult,
covered.
Brim
Turret
ult,
watching their back,
Fish,
and player
Breach
pushing up
ult.
on
Like
Bs
these
against
ults
you, so
are
there's no
legit.
need
It
to
feels a bit
turn
like
tail. Look for other
feels a bit
parts
like
of
the
map to
approach
worry
of
about their
EG
back. They
on
do need to worry about that
Fracture.
Spike, though.
Spike
Dropped
in the open.
Zip ban on 29, and a very competitive round somehow comes out of next to no investments. If things do start to go
Hate Breach
awry,
on
weapons
Lotus?
can
Yeah, I
be
really don't
retrieved.
like Breach on
Ults are
Lotus.
online
And now
for
we got a
Liquid,
double.
granted. Two of them are fairly low impact, and the Hunter's Fury not likely to be committed.
It's the most pistol bullets I think I've ever seen spam through a smoke.
Looks like a full auto weapon.
Oh, the attempt to rotate back though. Sugetsu already watching.
Yeah, and they want the gun, so they decide to flash go aggro. Put out in the open again. It's a nice trade.
I guess maybe just getting the ult orbs in this scenario. Enzo was locking them in, but it's made this round once more a little bit more competitive. I guess the idea from Navi is just defend the guns. Don't
Yeah,
allow
it is defend the
Liquid
guns
to
for a little
retrieve
bit.
anything, because
The
then
B
that
call
truly gets
is
dangerous.
great on
The
this.
one worry now is the time, but
We'll highlight the
them
guns
heading
to see
towards
if
the
anyone
B
goes
site.
aggro for it.
they've gambled, and they've gambled correct.
Hunter's Fury could come into play. I don't know if they want to commit it with everybody tagged so low. The recon through will reveal them. But following up on it, something else entirely. And I think it is the right call not to expand that ultimate for a round that even if you get a
Yeah,
kill,
ult
that
goes in, they get the
2v3
bodies,
is gonna
realize they
side
can
with
pick up both
Navi.
of these guns.
And the ultimate name of the game here being damage.
Both of these guns, I say, as there's only one there. Did they manage to juggle one away? Okay, well that is a gun down as well. And then we got to look at Enzo, and he could definitely stop this. He should probably need to get out of his drone and go break this.
Rushing the site, looking for the control. That's what they go for. And it hasn't quite worked out.
I thought for a second.
Actually.
I thought for a second. That was about to be a little bit embarrassing.
Down to
They
the
could have
spike.
handled
He-
this
you
a
know, he has
little
ult
bit
orb.
better.
There's no-
They
sorry,
droned when
has
they
ult.
needed to
There's no
pinch.
point playing it for an orb.
And then these guys went, even though he was
It is still gonna be a
droning.
decent round in
That he was
terms
like
of
getting
damage.
information
Navi,
that they were
though,
gathering
will
at the
equalize
same
that
time.
score, and as said,
It's just a different
expectations
page on
with
this one.
Navi is normally to see the
Still a nice
heavier
eco, though,
portion
in
of rounds
terms
on the
of the
attack. And
damage.
actually, from what we've seen so far over this and kickoff, that's for both teams. Liquid definitely had their struggles when it came to their defensive sides, but their attacks have been sublime. So not a bad start, but it's about this round. Bolts, okay. Kiko a little bit closer with that showstopper. Hunter's
Yeah,
Fury, as you
now
mentioned,
there's a
but
massive
the other
round
side
in
of
terms of the
things, Navi's
econ,
already
especially
pretty
for Liquid, and they're up against 3 ults. So
And when we came into the last
That's a
round,
little
saying
bit
about
rough.
the ultimates, you know, the impact was the real question.
Double satchel goes close. Fish nice and early over towards B,
On the other
and
hand, Flash, Rolling Thunder, an orbital
oh,
strike
it's
can do a
nice.
whole
It's
lot.
nice from back here. You
And
clear
that
close,
has
and then you can
actually
get all the way
managed to
deep.
seize at least one
I mean,
player.
you could go
If they
all the
tried
way
to
out
hunt
if you
it down,
wanted.
they'd be in a lot of
Reach
trouble.
and they want to
Rolling Thunder
send
helping
it.
out 3
That's a
players
great
caught
bit of
in that.
damage.
Sugetsu swinging
Yeah,
around the back.
the
Mystic
aftershock
was the
here from,
only one
is this
untouched
Yampy?
by the
To stop
ultimate.
them from
Now
pushing
in a
was
prime
very
position
nice.
As he trades out 4 versus 4. Ults used by Navi for a little bit of space, and the trades are good. Do they expect the second player? Well, whether they do or not, Xiao's hitting the shot and putting
No
the 3v2
util, but I
in
think
effect. Orbital
there he
strike
has
for
to
post-plant
wait for
means
someone
the
else to
clock
play.
is even further against you. They've realized that there's no way back in. Might get a kill here onto Angel, who was on walkabouts.
Yeah, back on. Big
Does that
Joe.
really make it doable?
He has
I
no
believe
idea.
so. Yeah, it
Okay,
looked like
cool.
they were
Cool for the
saving,
save
then
still
they
comes
run
in.
towards it, smoked out,
Two
and
people
they're running
saving.
away
Money's a
again.
little bit
Trying to keep
wrecked.
Navi in position,
This
so
can
they
be a
perhaps die
buy.
to the spike.
These two, maybe like Guardians,
Stage
Bulldogs.
just holding on to the remaining weapons.
2 ults from Navi, and again, just good understanding of the round from them. Just double ult to secure it.
Couple of weapons saved at least in Navi. I'm liking the pacing. Like just a complete change up.
Yeah, it was nice.
Slow, defaulty rounds. That is the classic when it comes to
It is a
Lotus.
classic
Just
though,
sort
in terms of
playing
like
the
big
map,
buy
looking
rounds.
for
You
those
just go
aggressive
fast.
positions that we've had push-ups from the likes of Kiko taking a main control. The last round they obviously fought for Mound as well. But in this round, Navi just do the opposite. They send one ult straight in to give them the information. They send the second one to try and re-aggress and take some space. And although there was a decent
The pure
adaptation
shock in
from
his
Liquid,
face.
I do think it was a caught between two. It's like, do we go for it? Do we not? Okay, well, in the end, they just end up saving.
Well, Liquid have called a timeout, and you can definitely understand why. This is a big round coming up. Take a look at that timeline. They win the first 2, they win the 4th
This
round, but now
picture,
there's a
man.
streak.
How
for
have we
Navi,
been
the
spamming
last
this
being
picture for
low
like a
buy
year and it
Nico,
still doesn't
but
get
now
old?
They'll come in investing a decent amount. Again, though, there are still going to be some weaknesses, but having saved over those weapons, they might decide to go back in
Maybe
for
an
it.
I'll be
outlaw,
looking
like,
good.
that's the
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Nasus got
it's been nice from them so far.
2,400. Kiko with an outlaw, I think is absolutely fine, especially alongside a showstopper. Maybe Enzo ends up with another Ares.
Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it?
Look on
Really
your
don't
face.
like
That's
the gun.
the most upset.
Do you not see the
I've ever
flank
heard
smoke
you with
animation when
Enzo
you're on
and
the other
some
team? No, you
matches.
don't. That's just for us.
That's not true at all, Tom.
You are right, Colin.
Enzo lost
Yeah,
to a
considering
sheriff.
like you've got the one eco in there, but this. Stop.
And I bring
They've
Fracture
got the
back?
one
Dude,
eco
I
in
don't
there,
have that
but a couple
power.
buy rounds as well. If they
Muted
come
House,
into
thank you
this
so much with the
some
22
ultimates in
months.
the
Thank
back
you,
pocket,
thank you.
They decide to
Appreciate all the
invest
support,
heavily
man.
as well. This is a round where they have to see that value.
Thank you for the tier 1.
A couple seconds left. We haven't seen
Keeper,
Enzo
hello
buy
mate
it.
as
Looks
well.
like a
Why are you
bulldog.
flaming me?
Is
You
gonna
flaming
be
me or
what
you
they
flaming
settle on.
Angel?
So you
I'm
see
calling
they
a
got
boomer.
Navi about to do it again. They have got 4 players already set up.
Okay, so they do manage to squeeze out a buy. We get Guardian, Bulldog. We're not missing any util.
What we've
And
just witnessed.
yeah, Navi want to go for the same thing.
They haven't accounted for Mystic in the corner. That Spike
And now
now
what?
dropped in
Spike
the
is
middle.
down.
Oh, okay. Kiko just fires
this
in
is
with
a
the showstopper.
borderline
It was a blind fire
impossible
through the
round.
smoke, doesn't land anything.
The
The Spike being
Navi.
down.
Let's see how they
What is
approach
Navi's
it.
plan? Where are they
don't
going to
know.
go with this one? So Angel is
Yeah,
on
this
his
is
way
nice.
to C. He
This
knows
is
they
nice
will
from
rotate
Angel
to
though,
back up
and he
that
knows he has to
spike.
do this because
So
he
he's
knows
taking
most
the
likely they're
control.
gonna 4-1 anyway in
It's not
terms
like
of
they have an
info.
Omen ult to go retrieve it. You're going to have to fight for that B site.
He
So
creates a bit
the
of
idea
pressure,
to cause
pulls one
paranoia,
away
then
from
maybe
B.
these players go behind you.
Over towards A as well,
The
similar
orbital
story,
strike
trying to
later,
make sure they take
they're
map
sending
control,
players towards B as
and
well. I mean, this looks like
make
a
sure
default
that we could
round that you would
potentially
play
be coming
out,
from
Tom,
more
but
avenues.
Not
Yeah,
without the spike.
Yeah, I definitely. It's weird because they sent.
Feels like
Zip
Nats
in.
is going for something he
They
doesn't need to
also
go for, but
sent
he's also
wingman,
just
so it was
holding
definitely
this
the
angle
plan
down on
to
his
plant within
own,
that
so
B
these
site,
guys
and
don't
then
have to
nobody
worry
really
about
followed up
here
on
or
it. I guess
potentially
they were
any of
really
this,
assuming
so
that
it
there
is
would be an
worth.
after plant, maybe that Liquid wouldn't play anybody. They're getting
Whoa,
down to
whoa,
the
whoa, they
30
got
second mark.
proactive?
Angels managed to
Oh,
find
so
the
they
opening.
lose
He's got a
A
player
main
behind
and
him.
then they
still
feel
don't
like
have
they
the
need to go
spike. This is the bigger
proactive,
issue. Now they're
even though
finally
they
gonna
have
start
full
pushing
C
in, but they're
control.
walking into every single member of this Liquid
Nicely
squad.
done
This
from Mystic.
round
Good
is just
recovery from him.
mental, and, well, Mystic's just farming. I don't know what has happened here for Navi. It looks like an absolute mess of a round. I don't know how Sugetsu's even alive at this stage.
Some low
He's done a
HP
decent
duels
amount
for
of
sure,
damage,
but
at least. There was potential.
yeah, I
Ultimately,
mean,
yeah,
Navi,
I
if you
feel
think
like
about the
this
round,
round,
Navi handled it
they
well
tried
once the
to
spike
divide
went
and
down.
conquer a little
It was
bit
a
to
little bit
create
bold
a
to do the
blind
same
spot,
strat, but I
pressuring
mean, it
C,
works
leaving a
sometimes.
player outside B, making that little bit of noise, and then having that double push in from the connector, but it didn't work. As you can see clearly, I think they've outplayed themselves. It's strange though, the fact that you get one player blast packing in,
Mystic
Wingman
really saved
going
them here
through,
though, I feel like.
and nothing else. That's when I
Why are they
expect to see
aggressive
three
there?
more
They
players
lost A
blast
main
coming
and they
through
didn't
that
want to get
smoke.
like pinched.
I think even then
They
Mystic
wanted
was
to
probably
take
a
some
little
map
bit confused,
control.
like, well,
Did they break trap and just assume it was going to be B wide open? Like it is now. Look, if they did
but that was
if
the
they
thing.
did that now,
I
perfect.
think it's purely based
Okay,
off the
smoke
fact
goes
that
in
the
over
last round they
towards
managed to
C.
go in and there
4
was no one
hold,
there.
and they are going, or at least
They're gonna-
creating the
they're
pressure,
just
like
gonna
they're going B
walk it
again.
There's a stun. I guess Navi are genuinely, this is just a weakness that they've spotted.
Big
The
Jewel on A at
Team
the
Liquid
moment.
like
Oh
to play
man,
heavily
he's
into
dead.
CNA,
Yeah,
so they're
just
just
sneaks
trying to
under
put
with
that
the
pressure
jump
in.
peek,
This
just
time,
hears it
they
close,
almost use
times
as a
it,
ruse.
gets
They go, okay,
closer,
we're doing it for
crouches
a
all the
third
way
round
out.
in a row.
Lovely,
And
lovely.
there's been a push-up.
Nicely done.
It's just been Enzo dead within seconds.
Yeah, it was jump peeking it. And it looks like Sugetsu got perfect timing, slipping in under the jump peek. Bit of a disaster for Team Liquid. A site though, they've made the call to
Yeah,
play it as a
and I
retake.
mean, you could do this silent, right?
It's the
So
right
I feel
play
like
as
you
we can
should just
see.
be doing that
Smoke
silent.
down. On the way through, the cam's going to be up top, but it won't be used because Nats has got his weapon in hand. He's surrounded.
he had the timing.
Wingman on the site going for the plant and being allowed.
Holy, that's a
Nats
good amount
wants
of
to be
information.
behind enemy lines.
He's just watching them all, yeah, just pinging them all out is very nicely done from Nats
there.
there.
Leaves Sugetsu alone, and he's going to have to attempt to deny this defuse, but in fact,
Very
the
nicely
players
done
go
in the end.
pushing
Huge from
as he's
Kiko, and this is the new
readying
plant that we're
himself to
seeing, right?
tap
This plant up
that
towards
spike.
here, and you can see it
He
from
gets
mounts.
swung by more players
So
than
they
he was
handled it very well.
expecting.
You can't see this
5 rounds now
bot,
for
this
Team
bit,
Liquid,
but
and
you
the
see
lead
like
is
most
back
of the
in
half,
that
so you know that
round.
you can just spam them
These
through
are
the
the
wall.
rounds you really just love watching from Nats. Someone who was a maestro of the cam. Even if you go back to when they used to play those CIS like regionals, it wasn't even in EMEA at that stage. He would just sit in his cam. I think Split was the one I always remember. Yeah. But they're doing exactly the same here. Just basically playing as the information for the team. Sure, those assists are not going to come up within the server, but it's just so much information that he's finding. And then there at the end to be traded
Yeah,
out.
and look like they were just happy
Great
to let
round
them
from
plant
him.
as well and just focus on
This
everyone.
is the thing. You've got Yumpy fragging, you've got Mystic fragging, you've got Nats fragging. These are things that you need
Whoa,
if Liquid are going to be winning.
that is a lot of
Yeah,
damage.
already Angel's taken quite a bit more than a lick of damage. Navi Navi definitely aren't shying away, though.
That's a kind of early
Gal's been holding on to his ult
wanna
for a
see
while.
if you're
What is this,
Enzo,
3rd round in a
with the
row?
Odin and had 19 health on Angel,
Liquid in terms of the
69
econ
on
needs to be a little
Zipman.
bit careful. Winning
They've
this
been
one,
chipped up
1,900
early
loss
on, and
bonus.
their approach
Speaking
has
of
barely even
econ, I mean, this
started.
is a
That's
big
just
round.
from barriers
This really
up.
is a big round.
Decent bit of control for that Liquid side. The push up on C, they're jump peeking it.
I really like this trip. I really do like this trip. This trip with an Odin as well is something that's very strong, right? Because most people commit over towards here. So this trip, and then you can go back at sight and you can spam the doors as they come in as well if you needed to, is very nice. You would have to have some kind of smoke or vision block here, but I mean, you could play it in this bit and spam.
Again, seems like Liquid were more than happy to go for the retake. For now, at least.
I like this from Navi as well. Just creating pressure around the map. Lots of question marks.
Plenty of rounds at this stage.
Yeah, so Liquid in terms of defense have to worry.
You see, they're trying to push and pull the map here on the side of Navi.
Let's see if this trip works. Is he going to fall back at sight and spam through here? Oh, he might see it.
Still with 2 players in position on A, but Enzo backing up.
I mean, he has ult. Wingman goes down.
A lot of spam has gone through, but still no kills. Navi have an orbital strike to work
there
with.
goes the Sova ult, so everyone has to dodge this. This is nice from them. There's the Brim ult that we've been holding for a while. This was handled very well from Liquid. 3 people here ready to run in. Enzo runs back, ults it, so everyone has to dodge, and then they're all dodging the ult as people are running in. And they also timed it well in terms of someone at the back, someone close. This has been nice so far.
6 rounds on the board, and on that defensive side. And as mentioned, Navi, when they played this last time out, they had a 9-3 attack.
Yeah, it's a big win, right? A very, very big win in terms of econ, and they got the ult out of them.
I think over these last few rounds, they've not allowed Navi to maneuver them. That's been the main thing. They've been sticking to their guns. I'm glad he can high five better than he can rock, paper, scissors. That's all I'm going to say.
that seemed clean and quick earlier on. It was nice. How long did that take you?
We don't want to talk about that.
No, we don't want to.
And that's 12-4 as well. And that's the thing. We know that, again, this Liquid squad, it has been built around players like Nats, players like Yumpy. Seeing them step up, seeing them put those numbers on the board, it's a good sign, especially on their own map choice. Obviously, Split coming up next. It's a map that we've already seen Navi play versus Liquid. So if that's what Liquid are doing, learning from what they've seen, good signs early on. Now Navi are going to be given that timeout, given an option to try and come up with something here. The problem is, Mitch, financially, this probably isn't going to be the round where they make the difference.
Holy hell, what's going on, man?
The real thing is that they do have themselves an awful lot of ults that are close. Showstopper 1 away, Rolling Thunder 1 away, Lockdown 2 away, and they do have Thrash. And
whose pick is this, Liquid?
This team can definitely make it work with ults rather than...
Okay, so time out from Navi. What do they change up? I mean, they don't have much money at all.
Without the ults, to be honest.
Yeah, let's get light armor sheriffs. Pop out for Kiko. Yampi 1 away from his ult. Recon over towards A. Clear all at A, and they can set 2 people up, and then they can just rotate.
You know, like you're saying,
Breach ult on this one, so that suggests that Artis wants to use Breach ult for this, or it's situational. And Artis is ready to use this, and they might not have expected that. It's a great flash from Mystic.
On the blast packs, but he's taking a lot of damage, makes it easy for Mystic.
Mystic did fantastic on this one.
Down, Wingman planting, Cam sees nothing, but it catches them, turning.
I think he might have done enough here for sure. Number advantage, gun advantage. We'll keep an eye on Angel if he wants to use this, and that's going to hit both.
And it's caught both of them. Big ult use. They just need to find the players before the stun subsides, and they've caught Artis.
Yeah, very nicely handled. Good retake. Dude, this is a lot on defense.
Quick as can be, and 7 rounds secured.
It is a little bit up in the air because it's just two really different comps. So we don't really. Cuba, what the hell are you doing? We don't really know
that is true.
if it's going to be great or bad.
They did also lose 8 rounds in a row, so be careful with that one.
I know. And that's it. If anyone's going to run away with 8 rounds in a row on in this series, it is Navi. Yeah, it is them that will chain together just ridiculous combos. And I do think right now we're seeing Navi.
Okay, so last round, and Navi managed to save Fish or Raise or, and they have 1 away from their own ult. So orbs at the moment are pretty big.
Safe pair of hands. Either way,
what is this?
Looking like we're going to see an early combo come in. I think Liquid have done
Recon
well
from
so
over
far
towards here. Where the hell does that land? Lands over towards A. You see this recon, and then you think that the Sova's over towards A, but actually he's over towards C. It's interesting.
Every single corner checked or cleared by a piece of utility because his cam hasn't been destroyed. This time out, though, looking like they might just be going for a retake on B. The only man there is Yumpy. It's been very good, but the thing is for Liquid, in these early rounds, you might think, okay, maybe they're a bit out of position here or there, but Navi have been very slow. Other than a couple of rounds,
they get the orb on Ardis when Sugetsu is one away. And unless Ardis is thinking that he's going to get another orb, plant, and then kill 3, I'm not sure that's the one. Maybe he's scared once they leave over towards A, the fact that Kiko could pick this up. But when you have CB control, do you not just give it to the Killjoy? Really weird.
4 kills on the board. There's 5.
Shots, mate. What the hell is that?
He means business on this solo site hold, but he has a bit of support. Yumpy with a door open now has a chance to pounce. Enzo's on the rotate as well. It's an Odin, not great for spamming that smoke because they will fire right back at you in the wall bangs.
Hold strong on this one. There's the ult, yeah, and it's just a nice little delay. It forces them out. It's pushed through here. Kiko gets another. Dude, Liquid kind of wrecked them here. Navi made some questionable decisions, especially in the last round here. Getting the orb on the person who's 5 away from the ult was mental. But nicely done from Kiko. Dude, 8 on defense. Again, might be what is expected with these comps. I really don't know. We're in kind of unknown territory with these comps, really.
And midway through that round, you actually see Enzo use his drone out C. So while this kill is happening, the drones just come out of C.
Oh, the stun on top of that as well. Yeah, stun and the flash here was nice. Yumpy's util was good here to enable that.
To find everything they needed to get themselves into the right position.
And in terms of the pistols, it's 1-0.
Hold in each of those rounds. 8-4 into the lead. A pistol for Navi.
Wouldn't Brim be bad on defense? Yeah, kind of have to play in this area.
And as we know, Liquid have been good at their pistols.
It can be okay because a lot of time you can just reactively smoke here if you don't want to smoke this, but yeah, it should at least be in that rough area. Okay, keep an eye on Nats on this one. Do they push all the way through? A lot going on at the same time. Everyone goes in, 4 people close, they could flood this. The recon is great. Through the window. Oh man, the recon was everything. Through the window, they got a 180 turn and then double swing, and they didn't expect the recon, so both of them looked at the recon.
Players alive for Navi. Sugetsu and Xiao have to recover this with enemies everywhere. Even a flank coming in from Nats late.
Yeah, this timing from Nats.
Oh, they're keeping Sugetsu still.
Looking like a prime
Nats
moment.
And they did but it was pretty cool because they kind of traded positions, right? It was a 4-1 over towards here, and then they swapped. And the 1 went over towards here, and the 4 went over towards A. It was really cool. Double pistol for Liquid.
If there's going to be a response from Navi, it's going to have to be soon.
That recon, once you're in over towards B side to take map control, is so nice. And normally, right, they both turn to it, right? I mean, they both got scanned by it as well. They both turned and both got scanned.
Even the lurks from Nats, you see it there, but more importantly, you know, good movement by Sugetsu. He didn't make it easy. And he even got a right click off. It could have went bad, but it didn't.
Yeah, and it looks like they're very prepped at the moment.
Some of them are close, but ultimately swinging in the favor of Team Liquid, who now...
Camera goes out over towards here and instantly gets shot. Maybe by a satchel? I don't know, maybe just spamming.
Credits stacked up on Enzo for next round. Navi, don't invest very much. You're really not expecting them to lose too many. And for Liquid, yeah, lose 1 player, it's fine. You can recover the weapon if you're playing together, which we can see they are. More than that, they'll feel it a little bit coming into the next.
In this round at least. The one thing that Navi has is there is an aggressive push already coming out from Angel. He's already making his way right up to spot outside A, so they will have the majority of their players within this site. But as you said, weaponry is at a minimum. They would still have to be
and the util to hold them back here was nice.
Slip away. Nade is potentially going to deny this plant at least a little longer. Although
yeah, and the new plant spot again means that they don't get hit by the nade. That was a little bit deeper.
I don't know how Navi find away anything in this round.
I mean, who gets the kills? That's the question at the moment.
One upside being close range fights.
Who gets
but
the orbs here?
On every fight will be a disadvantage. Kiko, nice angle. Clean on the first, clean
Looks
on the
like it's
second.
raised, and that might be who they wanted on, to be honest. Yeah, it definitely is, as we see him W key forwards.
A second as Kiko goes down, and Enzo is low.
Okay, so they lose one gun because this was a pistol
All
anyway.
they've lost here is a Spectre, and they've got a good few shields to reinvest into.
Yeah, I wonder if we will see Enzo maybe buy a rifle for someone else just to try and pad the gaps a little bit. Nope, it seems like he's bought a Judge for Kiko instead. Not quite as kind, but...
Hiccup also got Sentinel diffed on Lotus yesterday. Oh, bro, they got everything diffed. They got Brain diffed, Out Aim diffed, Strat diffed. It was... Lotus was...
I think they've lost the plot.
Lotus was not a pretty sight, man. Not a pretty sight.
Once you get past Mound, I think it's okay.
Yeah. There's just a lot of sight lines. If they're playing retake on site, you're gonna be in a tough spot when you drop down with a Judge. This one I think is a little bit more normalized.
Okay, so bonus strat. They buy a Judge with the person that saved the money in the pistol. That sneaks out over towards A. Looks like they're on top of it. And in terms of map control reactively, Navi, C pressure, yeah, I mean, they've locked them in here. This is a nice reaction from Navi.
Yumpy. Enzo falling too, and now they're surrounded. These players have everything. The only angle they really can play from on Team Liquid is that connector. And when that's falling, it's Kiko's
That was a very good reaction. That is insane, by the way. They took no bullets during that. That's actually insane. Yeah, that's...
No, and Andaluthia Flawless will tell you at least that they kept everybody alive. But yeah, when it comes to even having to upgrade anything in terms of reinvestment into shields,
I mean, man, you can't be disliking Split when this is our map pool. Like you can't be adding Split into the dislike box when this is our map pool, man. We gotta have something. Split's one of the maps where we enjoy that it gets picked. Can't be adding that into there. Got Breeze and Icebox.
Wall banging. That's the way that you set it up. I guess maybe gonna.
Okay, lovely run for Navi in terms of the econ. If their spy rounds are looking that clean, then they're on for it. It's going to be a nightmare. Again, in theory, hardest side to play.
Back to the right side to capitalize on it, but instead moving forward.
Big run for Liquid in terms of money, right? 2-4 loss bonus after this. Rex these 3.
Has to be a bit more conscious of how he's holding this.
I say Rex these 3. Rex these 2.
Kiko, he's not going to go through. Not just yet. They're waiting for Navi to have a response. And Navi are very ready to respond.
There's an over-rotate from Navi at the moment if we look on the minimap. We look on the minimap, and so far, someone could have done this, right, anywhere over towards here. So if this call comes in for Liquid and they decide to go C...
We've seen a rotation from the side of Navi. Like,
yeah, and everyone has to now clear all of these question marks.
As they only just making their way back into the B site. Definitely not the straight line.
Point to point, was it?
Yeah.
Looked clean.
But they are now making their way back. The realization.
Yeah, and they're just clearing it all. And Navi might have had the read on this one. Just the fact that Liquid like to go slow, one orb. Yeah.
But now things do get a bit scary as they are pushing into a 3-site defended position with a nade there. There's also all of the utility on Ardis as well. They can't go this
Everyone
way
hated Pearl. Honestly, when they did the B changes on Pearl, it actually turns into an alright map. I think that's kind of like, we all hated it when it was when they had B and it was Harbor Viper comp. Now Pearl might actually be pretty fun to watch.
Immediately the response is there. Showstopper in the hands of Kiko, fires it off. It might have done damage with the Ardis on 37 HP, but it hasn't dropped him. He's still alive.
Massive duels going on. Keep an eye on the luck from Yumpy pretty late on this one. Do they even expect it? Man, Yumpy can win this round. Yeah, and these guys have to delay. This is a nice smoke to block vision for the wider swing. Yeah, and they have no idea the Yumpy is here. And how has that happened? Yeah, that should be an unlosable round for Liquid. Yampy's going to be a little bit gutted. Xiao had an absolute shot as well, but I mean, Yumpy fired like, what, 4?
Maybe Yumpy should have killed him immediately, but just how quick Xiao turns and insta-pops his head, that's got to just be infuriating. And yeah, again, it seems like Liquid, a lot of their reads, like the late round rotation to B was great. I think you see that Kiko does incredibly well just to do damage, but also take a couple of players with him. It's just Xiao. Like, just he throws this out and just so quick to just kill off Yumpy before he could really do anything. It's got to be frustrating.
Bacon with the howl. Yeah, pretty much.
Yumpy now well, I've seen this man play a sniper with basically
That was a huge
every
round
single
in terms of
agent in the
econ,
game, so
forces them
I'm not gonna
down,
question him doing it
and
on
they're
purpose.
still doing this thing. Liquid is still doing this thing where we just have a lot of... Like, this is what I don't get. I really...
That's a very aggressive
I'm going to
push
go
from
on another
Navi.
tandem
Considering
again. It's
what
just
they're
like,
up
what is
against,
this?
majority pistols,
We're on
I
eco
didn't expect to see them
3-4.
just W keying it down, but with the information
Why
taken
do we
away,
not
they
buy
can
this
leave one player
second
behind
smoke
to
at the very
hopefully
least?
have more luck jump spotting than before, and
At the
begin
very
those
least, we should
rotations
buy the
towards the other
second
side of the map.
smoke, surely.
This is a
They do like this full
the
eco
pistols might
thing
be able to
sometimes, and it just doesn't make
cleave
sense.
some
They
value
only
if
have
they
one
can force
smoke to
those
play
close
with.
range fights, and the utility has done well to push them back.
Smokes
Smokes
can
are
win
just
you
about to
games.
come
We would
into
always
play,
buy the
and then
second
Team
smoke,
Liquid
surely.
will waltz right into this site. The only real player to contend with them is Sagetsu. The utility there, the spams.
Yeah, and dude, how does he
A little bit
plant
too
this
low, I think,
without
not quite
everything?
making
So
it through the
honestly,
wall.
Navi might have to use some ult into this one.
So
Mystic
as
would
well,
love to have
Versus
another
Furies.
smoke to kind of refresh one of these, but here we are.
Using that post
Boy,
bomb,
nice
but
stun.
remember,
Oh,
the
that was
weaponry
great.
definitely weak
Yeah, and
and
ult's...
showstopper. Well, it would have got two,
Auto
but
would skip
Xiao's
ult
too
into this.
quick to take out Kiko. Again, the Nats utility. It has been nigh on perfect this entire game, but anything more
Do it.
would have
Don't
to be
use your ult
absurd.
on this.
Enzo has said he's got his ult, but no
Holy
expectation
hell.
for him to use it. And again, he's made this
Okay,
one
very...
extra
I tell you what, that was a
costly
big
with
win
couple
for
of
Liquid in
extra
terms of the money
drops,
that they
but
invested.
Navi once more
That's a
continue
big,
their
big
climb.
win.
3 rounds the difference now.
Maybe if they bought some
The main
lighter
thing,
guns,
though,
they
is
could have
did
won
use
this.
an
Maybe
almost
even
two
an
in
extra
that.
smoke.
Two,
Who
they
knows?
used their
We'll never
orbital
know.
strike and their showstopper beautifully.
But yeah, in terms of the ults that they got out of them, that was huge.
They stunned, they orbital
The
strike,
Bone
those
Dog,
players
thank you
moved
so
out of
much.
the orbital
Well, at
strike
least they got
into the spam
2K,
shell and into the
everyone
showstopper.
sitting in the
So
bank.
really, really nice, but do you consider that a win up against an eco? This was 4 classics and an outlaw. They end up losing a lot of weapons. They end up expanding ultimates as well.
Maybe an
It's
Omen
not that
flash?
that round is not a
Yeah,
win,
I
you
just
know?
don't
7 goes
understand
on the
it.
board for Navi,
Like,
but
what
the
does the
tools they
2K,
have, the
what does
safety
the
nets to
2K
fall
extra
back on
enable
for
you
future rounds
into
now
these
aren't
extra
there.
rounds going
Still
forward
a thrash to
that
work
an
with on a
Omen
lockdown
smoke
soon.
and a flash wouldn't
That
get
ult
you?
economy will
You don't
swing
even have
towards
to
Team
use it.
Liquid. Economy as well
You
still
actually don't
decent
have
for
to
the
use it
attackers.
if you
They'll
don't want
buy up
to.
and be right back into the fight. As you can see, clearly there is a technical pause.
Yeah.
Looks like Mystic's got some things to iron out.
I think it's a cable issue, so it's something that hopefully won't take too long to fix. And
Is it
I
because
feel
you
like
can
for
have
Navi,
money
it's-
later for more
I
buys?
don't
Yeah,
know,
it is.
a
But it's like,
momentum breaker, but it's one that I don't
well,
think
what's
it's
the...
ever really
Why
gonna
not?
phase them. I
Why not
think
buy
they're
it just for that?
probably the team with maybe the most mental strength we have. It's just absurd how strong they can come back from a map defeat. And that's actually why things are starting to get a little bit worrying, because we've seen Liquid win, both pistols, both follow-up rounds. I feel like they're the one team I actually have to say
You're
that
going to
with.
buy the util after
But
anyway?
more so,
Yeah, this is what I
we are now
don't...
starting to see
And
Navi
they
build
keep
into
doing
the
it on
map.
every single
And
map,
I feel
and I
like that
just
needs to be
don't
shut out as quickly as
understand
possible,
it.
because it gets into the late game.
I think
and
what
Navi are
what
only
happens
gonna
every time I've
improve.
watched it so
Also
far
seeing
is the
Zip
other
and
team
Sagetsu
just gets
still
such a
on that
bonus,
board, and
such
I will
a
say that
money
they're not quite
bonus,
on the level that
bonus
we've seen
we'll
from
call it,
Nats. I think genuinely,
that
like,
it just
when
doesn't
Nats has been
just doesn't
on
pay
with
off.
his Team Liquid team, he genuinely looks like that Nats of old, that guy that can just take over a game, dominate, be it with utility or the individual firepower. The thing I'm happy about though,
Dude, I keep
is we're
blending
also
words
seeing
today.
Mystic up there. Because when we saw him play like Harbor on Icebox, it didn't go well.
They invested
Like,
money into
they're
an
trying to
outlaw
push
as
the
well,
boat out
yeah.
with some of their comps, but I like the fact that I go through this list of agents. Nats on Cypher, probably his best agent ever. Viper arguable because he is just that good. Mystic playing on the Omen. Jumpy, okay, I've seen him play everything, so he might be the one exception. Kiko on the Raze, Enzo on the Sofa. Like, this looks like a more comfortable
Yeah,
composition
it just...
with the players that they have.
Like, if you have the
Considering how the
discipline,
previous weeks
which you
went,
should,
I'm glad to
just
see
buy the
that,
util
'cause there
desk,
is
right?
There's a time and a place for sort of
Then you get
sticking
into
up
a
these
close
new,
round,
innovative
maybe you get a
things.
few kills like this,
I think
maybe
what
you're
we
on
saw
site in a
last week was that,
5v5 and
okay,
you're like,
Liquid
well,
need to get some more fundamentals down,
extra
and
smoke and
today,
an
I
Omen
think we've
flash could
seen
help us here.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, that first half was a damn sight different than what I was expecting to see coming into this, especially up against a squad like Navi. Remember, I guess we'll get an almost direct comparison. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, but it was split. It was one of those two.
2 mins of this.
one
Thank
those
you,
two we
Zilf.
played last
Appreciate
time.
it.
It was 13-7. Team Liquid got kind of demolished on it.
Yeah, I think they got
Got
demolished.
our guys on the inside.
Kind of demolished on both
Oh,
maps,
yeah,
I bet.
37.
But yeah,
And,
no,
and again, with all those opening, I looked at it earlier, it was 17 opening duels in the series out of 40 went Navi's way, and they won 13-7 on both maps. That's insane.
yeah. I will say, we have to look back and see how many of those were Angel.
Get the liquid spam in. Dude, we got the liquid slug.
Yeah.
Where is my
Yeah,
liquid slug?
I guess you see the other side of the coin when they played versus Vitality.
I did it recently.
Just the other day, and that's the thing. That was what worried me about this map, Port, is because you come in as Liquid.
There it is.
You're facing off against a map that you've not played yet this year. You're obviously the core is completely different to what we saw last year, and Vitality had been fantastic on this map and got battered. Now, granted, it was their first game with Trex, but I think it's
you see Zus's comment on the tech pause? Yeah. I tell you what, all the regions seem to be like different, because EMEA we have a lot of tech pauses, and from what I've heard from the players, they're like very loose in terms of like, if something's wrong, sure, let's sort it out. Same with Pacific, but America sounds a little bit stricter. And honestly, some of the like champs and masters are a little bit strict as well.
The likelihood of Navi just closing this out, whether it goes OT or not.
Like we said, Liquid have a lot of money. I mean, everyone has a lot of money, basically. This is the only person that has a lot of money.
That big lead for Liquid, we can't see that gap closed in.
Ults are crazy right now. One away from Sagetsu's ult as well, so that's a big kill.
Defensive side, Thrash is online. Navi have a
early camera over towards A is giving info that they push close. But as we can see, it's a 4-person punish if they do go back towards A. I wonder when Navi want to give this up time-wise.
Expecting Navi to have some sort of a reaction, some sort of crunch play to this information. In fact, that orb even being traded out for a boom bot.
Cass, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the 6 months. Thank you for all the support, bro. Appreciate you. Okay, so they set this one up, but the camera's been shot over towards here, so they might have to clear this, and drone is good for that.
I love it. In their minds, probably gone, right, we've tapped the orb.
I feel like Navi might have owned this one. There's so many people here. Oh, the tag with the drone? I got another one. Yeah, they get info with this, though.
The thing is, it's a great opener, but will they realize that there's still more players?
Tag of the drone changed the round fully.
A rotation in as well from Artist. Needs to hit the shot, and he does.
All over towards site. Spike down 20 seconds.
They may not even realize that now Zipan's within the site.
Now they're going to focus here, and they can make space. Oh, man.
15 seconds, too. There's no time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this crumbled fast.
This door very much closing in Liquid's face of the round. 1v3, 1v2, but 4 seconds to find the last. It's not going to happen. Navi have pushed up
the kill of the spike there kind of messed everything up. I mean, Navi also were a step ahead in terms of their 4-person stack. Like, they knew that this was going to happen.
Perfect read.
They went a little bit better.
Absolutely,
yeah, it was a good read.
Spot on. Like they hear all of that utility, everything being spammed on one side of the map, and they go, well, you know what? We're rotating in the other direction. I don't know if that is purely based on a calling style read or just what they've seen already within this half, and they end up with a full stack up. And that's the thing. You use a Hunter's Fury, you get an opening kill and a tag, and from then onwards it just all went wrong.
Yeah, it looked pretty good once they had the ult tag. Good news is, because of this round that we're complaining about in terms of econ, their money is good, so they can buy into this one.
Second tag comes in, it's a go call. You know the guy's there. He's half
Bad news is Navi's money, because some of this rounds is just out of control.
As well. You always know the reaction
Really sticks this, and 2 of them go hunting, and while they go hunting, they pull them away from the sites. A 2-person walk into B and 2-person walk into C.
They're looking for him. They're trying to find him, and they've spotted him. Now the real trouble begins. He'll be flanked in from any direction. Time to push forward, and he does.
They won all the big jewels. Over towards B, they won both of the jewels out. Been an interesting round, honestly.
And the information revealing.
Like, it would be a nightmare to play against. You gotta search for this ult. It's further back than when most people would do it.
Just so he can stick in it.
And they double push.
I'll put another smoke down,
Map
and I'll
control.
see if you're gonna risk it. And of course, this is not gonna risk it. It is definitely one of those rounds where I think Liquid have just played off the pandemonium of Mystic. Like, we're watching him fight for his life in the spawn, but the fact is the rest of the team
I would love to see the kills on B.
To almost meet him within that connector.
He's crazy for sticking that. I mean, the whole round is based around him sticking it, honestly.
I genuinely think what we've seen from Liquid here in kickoff, they have some of the most impactful from the shadows I've ever seen, which is not a sentence I ever thought I would say. But I've seen Mystic just take this control and then just survive.
Surprised he won the duel. Yeah, that's I'll agree with that one. I'm not sure he should ever be winning the duel here, but went above and beyond.
Well, similar things to what we saw from Nats as well. I think there's just space in the way they're approaching this map.
And once they lost C, they just weren't expecting 2 people in B, because, I mean, why would you?
Nats combining with him. He had a little bit of a late play through B while everyone's
money for everyone, still really good.
And then up comes Nats to ruin your day. 11-8, a save call.
Navi there should go for damage. Yeah, I agree.
Any given
because their econ was in a good place.
They're giving Liquid respect, and it's because that scoreline is so close to completion.
Feels like both teams are just prioritizing their own econ instead of even worrying about the other team's econ.
Now, it's okay for Navi.
I was not meant to go there. I'd have made a good call with this one though. Official's going to clear over towards B. All up to Nats.
chance. Oh, unfortunately, he's not going to get anything more.
Holy hell, what is going on? We're on a 1v1. I have never seen so many kills so fast.
Spike has been retrieved. It's a guessing game.
If he
For
plants
Sugetsu, he's waiting, but he's missed the timing just about. That
Bro,
plant
with a
will get the
plant, he
ult
gets
online, but
ult.
there's one on the other side as
And you can
well.
just get the trade with that.
Definitely make things a little bit more awkward.
Sugetsu would have to hit a mad shot. He's done a very nice play in terms of timing going behind.
Pickup of pace for either. Will either guarantee
But
the
you would
plant,
imagine Kiko just
potentially
plants and then
guarantee the
goes, ooh, maybe not tree anymore.
I mean, his timing is perfect. He heard the steps.
Yeah,
moments
nicely
ago.
done from
He knew
Sugetsu.
where
He
Kiko
played
was
this
going.
perfect.
Hot on his trail. He'll find
He
the
heard him
round for
early.
Navi.
Yeah, that makes
This
sense
could
in
have
terms of
gotten
how he's playing it.
very awkward if time surpassed and that showstopper was popped on a tap, but 11-9 we go. A two-round
Lost
gap.
bonus
It
gets
closes in for
reset.
Navi.
That's meant to be a
They've still
9.
got
Let's
that
try that
lockdown to
again.
work with.
Lost bonus gets reset, but Liquid have a good amount of money.
What Navi was doing. So I like that Liquid pick up the pace again because it was the same gamble. You had 4 players on one side of the map, and then you had just one defending. But Sugetsu is the one, and he
Dude,
just
everyone's
stays
doing that
alive.
recently.
And in the meantime, once they know that it's no longer this A site, they immediately split back and use that thrash to clear out the flanks. Because
Okay,
that's been
now
one of the
though,
major
the
problems
money
that
is
Navi
low,
have been
so
having
if
is that
Navi win
Nats
this,
is
most
in there
likely
to stab them in the
11-11.
back.
I mean, with
Well,
how
they
Liquid
didn't
are handling the
get
ecos,
Nats. They
it
caught
is
the
going to be
other player, but
11-11,
then
I would feel
just
like.
happened to find Nats as well.
11-9.
A huge,
Xiao
huge
and Artis
round.
one away from ult. Showstopper for Zipban came online in last
Artis
round.
and Xiao
Lockdown
both
still
one
there.
away.
They have got a lot to work
Nats
with
has
on
an
this
op
defensive side.
on
So
attack.
far, their reads have been perfect. That round where they
I mean, they are
stacked
never,
Lucy.
they're never going to
I
expect it.
think Liquid tried to fake it there. There's not even anyone close enough to hear the sound. This
But in
time,
terms of what they
it
are
goes to what
expecting,
seems a little more
see
intentional this
pressure,
time, and there's the reaction
and they
were
have a
expecting
trap
before
play for it,
Showstopper.
and everyone
Popped out
that I'm
by
watching is
Kiko.
Omen
He's up
flashed.
in the air and firing onto Zipban.
Holy hell,
Angel
nice
caught
recovery
down
on this.
low.
Enzo got an
He was
important
the
kill
snake
as
in the
well.
grass this time, and he's dropped Enzo. But for what? 4 versus 2. Lockdown. Still there to work with, but tough to
Yeah,
use in
Kiko
this
did
position.
so good.
And tough to use
So
on
good.
A, because Sugetsu's on the other side of the map. The thing is, there's players outside C waiting for this fight, waiting for re-aggression, waiting for
Yeah, and
Artis
this
to
is a
look for
perfect call
info,
from Liquid as
and
well. Yampi needs to make sure that he doesn't give
with
them a
that
shot.
op is
I was
sitting
going to say,
outside
make sure he
B.
doesn't give him a
Somehow
freebie
Sugetsu
because the
was
position
aware
was a
of that.
little
He
bit
was
off,
ready.
but he went to the jaw.
Yeah, he's managed to make this one slightly less difficult. A moment or two where you'd think
Good plant for Mounds,
been
no
able to find
vision
one back.
block. Yeah,
At
and they
this
play it
stage,
smart.
may even just be worth holding onto the gun. You can see the remaining players on Liquid have all gone in for the
Okay,
post-plant.
12.
I think this is where Sugetsu
And that was
realizes that having that extra
just in
gun
terms of econ as well, this
is
was like the
definitely
most
gonna be
important
worth
round,
it for the
really.
next round. Again,
3
Navi's
chances
read
to
is
close
not
this one out,
necessarily a bad
and
one.
Yampi's
It's
going to be
just
2
disrupted
away.
by that showstopper. That was the difference
Xiao and
maker.
Artis
If
have
they don't
ult,
walk into the
Sugetsu has
ulti, or
ult.
even if they do, and that ult isn't online, maybe they take that.
Japan maybe has ult? I can't remember.
Absolutely. And it's interesting to me as well, just the fact I said Navi have the right read every time. The showstopper here is unfortunate. It was online for them. You can't just play like... You have to still play your game. You have to still go for those setups.
The
But
Viper
that was
comp
the
is not good
very
on
thing
attack. Yeah,
that Team
it does.
Liquid were trying to avoid.
This is
5 rounds ago
one of the
or so.
weird
So we saw
Lotus
them go
games.
see- We saw them
It really
go
is.
tap the spike, run away. Go take the spike, but with a boom bot down. It's constantly telling them, hey, we're over here. Do you want to do something about that? You want to react to that? And there was no one there. This time, there's lots of players there. But, as you said, Showstopper saved the day.
Oh man, so everyone else ate util. It was pretty much just Kiko and Enzo was the only one that didn't eat util here. Well, they both did great.
Getting them so much value.
Navi are going to take themselves a timeout. Liquid have managed to start a back and forth, which for them will be fine.
Viper makes
They are now
Lotus
one
attack
round away
side.
from
It,
taking the
yeah, it
first
honestly
map,
does
making
because
their
it creates
choice.
pressure over towards A that you
Heading
can
into
walk
split,
out.
which
So a
I
lot of
said, we've
people
already
have
seen,
to. So a lot of
I
time you
would
have
say
to have
them
2 over
learning from
towards A, and then if you go to
what Navi
defense,
did
it's just so
last
strong
time
at
out,
locking
being
down
able
over
to play
towards
that
C.
slow defense,
But
not
you are
allowing
right.
a lot of the early fights they would have desired. Now on the attack, it's all about just grinding out those
Creates so much
remaining
pressure
rounds.
over
The
towards
major
different parts of the
worry, though,
map.
is the amount of ults.
That's why we've seen
Like,
such
I
a
think this is
heavy
the perfect
defense
opportunity
sides.
for Navi to actually play a retake setup because each round they've been aggressive.
Oh,
on
actually,
either
oh,
side.
nice,
They've
dude.
either
We actually
gone
get
deep
this.
into A and
Okay,
then
so
quickly
Enzo's
split
one
back,
away.
or they've gone deep
Yampi's
into C
2
and done the
away,
same
and
thing.
there's
I think this is a
there's
round
4
where you can
ults
actually
up.
just play that information a little
Okay,
bit
this
more.
is doable for
You
Navi,
literally have a
really.
Showstopper, a lockdown, orbital strike.
If we just look at
rolling
ult
thunder. Those
economy.
are four of the most
They don't
impactful
know
ults in
about
terms
this,
of
right?
retakes in the entire game. If Navi are playing aggressive, I can only assume it will be off some sort of contact, but I almost don't want to see them do it. Then again, I am watching them build up 4 players on the A side again.
Well, for Yeah, 4 players.
Guess who got him last round?
No rotations out of them.
Then yeah, they should expect
Their
he
early
gets picked
presence
up.
seems to be looking towards this A side.
Recon in, and Navi have gone for their Navi have gone for their punish on this one. And yeah, Kiko just got a little bit wrecked by the ult. And again, positioning always matters with the ult. Wherever it's from, it pushes you in that direction. So that was great.
And actually, if Enzo gets the plant, that could be a potential denial, or even the orb here. Potential denial of
Kiko double satchel fast. I would have to watch that again. You kind of want to wait for the ult and then satchel after. Hard to do it. Oh, it's hard to have the composure to do it.
For now, he's just trying to catch one on the cross and bail.
I think he used the util to get out anyway.
One of the ults gone, but I don't think they'll mind too much. Drone.
Yeah, and this is just a retake from Navi.
There is that long down, actually used preemptively.
They're going to be so fine with that.
A counter, but they can get the plant and just fall into those post plants, actually keeping the orbital strike for that.
Oh my god, all at the back. But Liquid are on top of this one and they all went mount. Only one person gets hit by the ult, and then they rush back in. Sagetsu can win this. Oh, that was clean from him. Yeah, they just weren't expecting him to take so much map control so fast and be here early. I like the combos from Navi. Ult goes in. There's a little segment here where you can survive and they ult on top of it. I like Liquid are on top of this and knew that it was going to happen, so they went mount. So this was just like a very nice round overall from everyone, to be honest. Liquid should take the win of 3 ults going out.
As well for Navi, so they're not going to have any pieces missing. The thing I love about the orbital strike as well is, as you said, normally you're going to have to be a little bit more patient if you're Sagetsu.
Clean.
He doesn't have to be, because that orbital strike clears the only corner that they could have been in. So they double those ults up. Just
yeah, it was a high level round from everyone, really.
Honest,
I liked it a lot from both sides.
Absolutely. I think that was he placed it in a rush, and then they
Okay,
just go,
3 chances down to 2 more chances, and
3 of their 4 ults gone.
It is, but this was worst case scenario.
3 away.
They wanted it to be the A play. They wanted to catch the majority of Team Liquid in those fights, and they had to play retake. They gambled it, and this time.
Oh my god, there's a lot of util being used right now. Oh my god, he's made an absolute play. That is insane. Yeah, they managed to trade it with the showstopper. So aggro Cage into TP on top of here, off the fact that he Omen flashes early as well. So it's meant to be Omen flash, you block this off, and then you just kill everyone that's Omen flashed. Actually a pretty cool play.
We haven't really seen this from him, Tom. They're spread out in a default. One player aggressively on A, and this is a nasty.
Chow on 10 HP. Zipan also tanked a Sova tag from the ult.
Probably end up with 2 kills, but all he's good for realistically is jump spotting that angle and drawing their eyes towards it, so that then Zipan can.
Yampy has a piggy buddy. Wait, does he actually?
Still has a dart and a drone.
He does.
Like there's so much potential information. They
Liquid are just waiting for a reaction.
Wanted to. There's the drone going out. I feel like
Chow has to shoot this. Yeah.
He does.
Do they consider Zipan here? Oh boy. He gets 1, he's done great.
He's buying them time. That's the one major thing. Can he get any kills?
I mean, he honestly, to dodge the util, he did great. Big kill. Shao 10 HP. I mean, he could get spammed here.
Left with very little to play with here. He can't even really risk peeking out.
The pivot to B when they got no map control on B? Surely not. No, surely not the pivot to B with no one on B control. Maybe. 10 HP has to stick this. Oh my god, he's absolutely melted. He mollied himself off almost.
He wanted to clear that corner. Wanted to make sure.
Holy hell, that is not the play you want to see in a big 1v1. Nicely done from Liquid. That is very good.